Hello and welcome back to Matte's Tottenham blog and to another episode of Tottenham Hotspur Transfer Talk. Today we'll be talking about an update from David Ornstein of The Athletic UK, as he claims that Tottenham will not revisit the move for Milan Skriniar this January, and that in fact Tottenham will not spend at all in the winter transfer window, as Daniel Levy believes the funds simply are not there. So before we get into that, if you're new to the channel and you want more transfer talk like this, plus live watch-alongs, interactive live streams, and the Tottenham Fan Voice podcast, make sure to go down and hit subscribe down below so you don't miss a thing. We'll just dive straight into it. And David Ornstein has today said that he does not believe Tottenham will either revisit this deal for Milan Skriniar or make any sort of moves in the January transfer window. He says that Daniel Levy does not intend on spending at all this transfer window. It doesn't sound like the funds are there. That's via the Spurs web on Twitter. David Ornstein has said this. The Spurs Express are also saying, quoting David Ornstein, is saying, "I don't envisage Inter Skriniar being revisited for now." Now, in this within this barrage of David Ornstein updates on Spurs Twitter, we've also been told Tottenham have been monitoring Reading winger Michael Olise. The 19-year-old has an £8 million release clause in his contract, but that's nowhere near the top four priorities for now. We'll start with the Milan Skriniar thing, and we thought at the end of last summer that Milan Skriniar was the one target we needed that we had missed out on. And I think everyone is in the same boat with this one. We wanted Skriniar to join the club, but unfortunately we could not find the funds to do it in the summer. And it ended up being Joe Rodon that we brought in before the end of the EFL transfer window. And the season has progressed. We've become more and more satisfied with the options that we do have at centre back. However, the last week and a half has kind of thrown everything into disarray. And I feel like there are some more people now calling out for a centre back to be bought in January, given how poorly we've been defensively in the last 3 Premier League games we played. But I think we're basing this all on, or some fans are basing this all on a really short period of the league season. But we need to look at the league season as a whole. And up until this period, we had the best defence in the league. We conceded, I think it was 9 goals in our first 11 or 12 games, which is an outstanding return, especially for a team who were weakened at the back. Over the summer, we lost Jan Vertonghen and we didn't really replace him until Joe Rodon came in on, I think it was the 15th of October. You know, you're already a month into the season. He struggled to get into the first team. He made his debut against Chelsea and he struggled in that game, made a couple of mistakes, but I suppose all in all did quite well. But here we are again with Spurs fans demanding a centre-back be brought in. And I do feel as though we need a centre-back, but I don't think that should be top of our priority list right now. I think we have centre-backs that could bring us through to the end of the season. And I wouldn't go splashing the cash on a centre-back like Milan Skriniar just because maybe we could do a bit better than Eric Dyer. I do think we still do have decent centre-back options there. The last we heard from Fabrizio Romano, and this was about a month and a half ago, where he said Inter Milan are expecting Tottenham to go back in for this deal. However, it would have to be, quite simply, £50 million plus 10 million in add-ons. Otherwise, they would not entertain any sort of a deal. And when Fabrizio was on this channel a couple of months ago, he said it's because Spurs were so stubborn in their negotiations for the sale of Christian Eriksen last January, and even in the past with, when Inter were trying to sign Moussa Sissoko and Eric Lamela. So they're going to do the same to Spurs. They're going to set their price and say, look, you can pay that or you can forget about the player. But now Ornstein, who is particularly reliable in the London transfer sphere, is saying we will not revisit that deal at all because, as he goes on to say, Daniel Levy does not intend on spending at all this winter window. It doesn't sound like the funds are there, again, via the Spurs web on Twitter for that one. It's concerning. It certainly is. It was only yesterday we heard from Christian Falk of Bild Sport in Germany that Jose Mourinho is interested in bringing in Marcel Sabitzer, that Sabitzer himself is interested in a move to Spurs. And there was another few updates as the day went on. And I think Ornstein had another update yesterday. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, so I won't speculate. But I think he did have some sort of an update for us yesterday. But I think this is the one that we do need to focus on. You know, we didn't spend that much money in the summer. We missed out on Ollie Watkins because we couldn't afford him. He ended up going to Aston Villa, which I think was a big worry for us immediately. But even though Tottenham did spend really well in the summer, we brought in some really, really important players for us. The amount of money we spent was never that high. You know, we paid 15 here for Doherty, got 12 of that back for when we bought Kyle Walker-Peters off Southampton. Paid 15 for Højbjerg. Bale was of course free on the loan. Joe Hart was free, and then Reguilon a bit more. And Vinicius, that we've put ourselves in a position where we have to pay that money in 18 months' time. So it wouldn't be the biggest surprise if the funds weren't there. You know, every club has gone through a tough period, and some clubs have managed to come through it in a really good financial position. We saw Chelsea spending a lot of money, Villa, Leeds, Wolves, all spending quite well. But Spurs could potentially still be suffering from the the effects of that, and haven't had fans back on the ground for a couple of weeks, and now all of a sudden we're in a position where we can't do that anymore. And with this new strain of the virus in England, it's only, no one can really tell how long it's going to be before fans are back on the ground. We don't have Champions League football, so that's a lot of our prize money gone. There's a lot of income missing from not just Spurs, but from all clubs at the moment. So it wouldn't be a surprise if this is the case. But this is one source out of many that is claiming this. We wait to hear what Alistair Gold has to say about this. There's a few more, Kilpatrick, Fabrizio Romano himself, of course. So we'll have to wait and see how this one develops. But it is an update I wanted to bring tonight because it is coming from a very reliable source in David Ornstein. But it's anything can happen really in this window. If the right player opens up, I'm sure Spurs will find the funds somewhere to try and get that player in. That player could be Marcel Sabitzer, it could be Milan Skriniar. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. Only 5 or 6 days now until the January transfer window opens. If you want more of these transfer updates throughout the January transfer window, including departures, we got some news in Dele Alli, I'm sure, coming up in January. Gazzaniga, Winks, a lot of players who could potentially be leaving the club. If you want to keep right up to date with every single Spurs transfer, make sure to go down and hit that subscribe button down below and click the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. If you are interested in becoming a channel member, click the join button down there and everything will be explained for you. And make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. I'll be doing a live watch along for the Wolves game tomorrow night with the Irish Yid, David Harris and Marcelo. So make sure to keep an eye out for that one as well. I look forward to that one. Hopefully 3 points for Spurs. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.